You're welcome, sir.
Please be seated. Thank you. The Honorable Minister of State for Health and Social Welfare, my wonderful brother, I must say, I'm so happy to welcome you to my institution. Thank you for sparing out of your very tight schedule to come to us. We appreciate you. Dr. Isiaq Salako, you are welcome to Ogitech, sir. The Chairman Governing Council, Chief Ayotunde Odulaja, the Lakpo Ekon of Ijebu Land, and the Chairman, Ogun State Institute of Technology Governing Council. Kábíyèsí the Oloja Ekon of Igbesa, Oba Abdul Aziz Akinde, you are most welcome. Ajongba àwọn àlejò lẹ́ni ní Kábíyèsí. Aside from that, let me auspiciously stand on or accept the protocol, of course, as established by the registrar, so that we will not waste time. Today is Friday, and our Muslim brothers and sisters, of course, will be leaving any moment from now for the mosque. That notwithstanding, let me say, the management team, I appreciate you, the principal officers, deans, HODs that are here present, thank you very much. Greatest Nigerian students. Of course, I will not forget you. If you think I will forget you, I won't. Greatest Nigerian students. Are you sure you are here? I'm not too sure of that. Greatest Nigerian students. That sounds like it. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it affords me great delight as Director of Ogun State Institute of Technology, Igbesa, the fast-growing and well-sought-after polytechnic in the state, to welcome you all to the second edition in the series of the Institute's academic lectures. In that same high spirit, I consider it a great privilege to have the lecture delivered by the Honorable Minister himself. On behalf of the Governing Council, management, staff, and students of the Institute, I warmly welcome you to Ogun State Institute of Technology, Igbesa. We have all looked forward to receiving you, sir. You are welcome. Institutions of higher learning all over the world have universal features which characterize and categorize them. One of such features is the academic lecture. Ensuring the continuity of this tradition is a hallmark of any serious administration in any educational sector. In line with this culture, one of the defining characters of Ogun State Institute of Technology is the annual academic lecture. In 2024, this administration introduced the practice of academic lecture into the formal activities of the Polytechnic, hosting its first edition on November 22nd, 2024, just a year into the administration. At this lecture, the Executive Secretary of the country's National Board for Technical Education, Professor Idris Muhammad Bugaje, was the guest lecturer who took the participants step by step through the theme, fostering Nigeria's technological advancement through a virile polytechnic system. At the second edition of the lecture today, Friday, November 7, 2025, almost a year after the first one, we have been blessed to have and receive our dearly esteemed Honorable Minister of State for Health and Social Welfare, Dr. Isiaq Adekunle Salako, as the guest lecturer. In spite of his very tight schedule He is here already in our midst. A round of applause for him again. Thank you. Dear Honorable Minister, sir, we do not take this level of sacrifice for granted, as you will be addressing this eager audience on the theme, youth health, productivity, and national development. From the reliable statistics and databases across the globe, the most progressive, the most productive, the most innovative, and the most inventive population of any society are the youth. Any adverse condition which targets that extraction of the population of any country targets the very base of the nation's growth, development, and productivity. This underscores the importance of the theme we are here to listen to this afternoon and the rationale behind its choice. It also matters that the personality to handle the lecture is someone who holds one of the highest federal portfolios in the health sector. Dear students, specifically, and youth generally, this lecture has been born out of the deep interest which the management of the Polytechnic has in your well-being, success, and of course, progress. I am also persuaded that the Honorable Minister himself has cancelled all other appointments and invitations already outlined for today because of the interest of the youth and students, which he has at the very center of his heart. I passionately appeal to you not to spurn this sacrifice. Do not waste the rare privilege. The Royal Father of the Day, researchers in academics, stakeholders in the industry, ladies and gentlemen, the health of our young population is crucial and indispensable index in the developmental framework of our nation. We must all be involved in assisting them to be aware of this and desist from the lifestyles and other factors which have grave implications for their health, productivity, and lifespan. There are great opportunities which one must not allow to slip by. Today's epoch-making lecture, of which the Honorable Minister is the guest lecturer, is one of such opportunities. They come once in a while. Take advantage of this and maximize its impact. While I conclude, I seize the moment to sincerely appreciate the planning committee of the lecture under the dedicated leadership of my dear sister, Dr. Folashade Oladipo. The management note, thank you. The management note and value your efforts. Let me heartily welcome you all to this highly impactful academic event and declare the 2025 annual academic lecture of Ogun State Institute of Technology, Igbesa, open. Thank you all.
Yeah, that's not enough for our ever resourceful rector. Can you do more of that? We want to recognize the presence of the students in our midst. We are not taking your presence for granted. Students of Imale Comprehensive High School, Igbesa, we welcome you here. Students of Igbesa High School, then students of the Government Technical College, Igbesa, and the Igbesa youths here present, we recognize you. Comrade Adeleye Adeshola, the President, we welcome you here. Comrade Osho Rashid, Vice President, welcome you here. Comrade Haruna Aliu, Internal Auditor, we welcome you here. Comrade Safari Kamolidin, Publicity Secretary, you're welcome here. Comrade Dada Wasiu, Financial Secretary. Comrade Kamolidin Al-Bayonmi, Treasurer, you're welcome here. Comrade Ayodele Sahid, in charge of welfare, we welcome you. Comrade Aino Tinola, Organizing Secretary, we welcome you here. Comrade Princess Akinde Omolara, Welfare 2. And finally, Comrade Babatunde Kende, Treasurer 2. At this juncture, it is my privilege, an honor to invite we recognize the presence of the former rector of Mapoli, Dr. Oyedeji Odedeji. We welcome you here, sir. We recognize you. So, at this point, we have the honor to invite the former registrar of Mapoli, Mr. Emmanuel Adeleye. We recognize your presence, sir. Welcome. Thank you. At this point, it is my honor to invite here the Chairman Governing Council, Chief Ayotunde Olakunle Odulaja, for his remarks. You're welcome here, sir.
Great students of Ogitech. Great students of Ogitech. Great and great students of Ogitech. Your Excellency, our distinguished guest speaker, Dr. Adekunle Salako, Honorable Minister of State for Health and Welfare, our Royal Father, Kabiyesi, the Oloja of Igbesa, members of the Governing Council, our dynamic rector, Dr. Abiodun Olusoye, distinguished members of the academic community, students of the Ogitech, invited students, all our invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to this year's second annual academic lecture of the Ogun State Institute of Technology, Igbesa. This gathering continues to affirm Ogitech's commitment to intellectual engagement, research, excellence, and national development. Our chosen theme this year, Youth, Health, Productivity, and National Development, could not be more timely. The strength of any nation lies in the well-being and productivity of its youth. A healthy youth population is the engine that powers innovation, drives the economy, and sustains social progress. Unfortunately, Nigeria continues to face significant challenges in this regard, from mental health issues and drug abuse to unemployment, poor nutrition, and limited access to quality health care. It is therefore lifting that today's lecture is being delivered by seasoned public health expert, Dr. Adekunle Salako, whose wealth of experience in health policy and community medicine continues to shape national discourse. His insight will, no doubt, inspire fresh thinking on how to harness the potential of our youths through a holistic approach to health, physical, mental, and social as a foundation for productivity and sustainable national growth. As a council, we remain resolute in supporting the vision of His Excellency, Prince Dr. Abiodun CON, whose administration continues to prioritize education, youth empowerment, and human capital development as the bedrock of a prosperous Ogun State. Permit me also to acknowledge the Honorable Commissioner for Education, who, though unavoidably absent, continues to give unwavering support to our institution. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, may today's lecture serve as a clarion call for collective action to invest in the health, skills, and aspiration of our young people. For in securing their well-being, we secure the future of our nation. Thank you, and God bless the Ogun State Institute of Technology, Igbesa. God bless Ogun State. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Ladies and gentlemen, we can do better. Can we put our hands together for the Chairman, Governing Council? Oh, if you don't clap well, by tomorrow, your school fees will be 1 million naira. You better clap well. If you are enjoying a very good school fees, he's the one in charge of it. He wants you to make it free. You better clap again. He has the power to make your school fees free. I know you will like that one. Ladies and gentlemen, it's about time to listen to the academic lecture. And I want to urge you to get set, get your writing materials, prepare your mind for questions. We shall ask you questions, we shall expect questions from you. But before then, I need to let you know that on many occasions, when you invite a top minister like this, such minister will be represented, will send somebody to us. But this day, we have the minister himself in the house. It's an uncommon blessing. Can you put your hands for the minister once again? If somebody could leave Abuja and travel down to this place, you should imagine the love he has for us. And we want to have his citation. The citation of no other person than an impactful leader, Dr. Isiaq Adekunle Salako, the Honorable Minister of States, Health and Social Welfare. Can you put your hands together for him as he stands, as we all listen to his citation that will be read by Ms. Adenuga. Mr. Adenuga, please.
It is my singular honor and privilege to present the citation of our distinguished guest speaker, a personality whose life and achievements have been marked by excellence, leadership, and an unrelenting pursuit of impact. An exemplary, humble personality, great organizer, strategic thinker, excellent leader, dedicated family man with a high sense of responsibility, Dr. Isiaq Adekunle Salako. He exemplifies the universal maxim that from humble beginnings come great things. Born over 5 decades ago in Ayetoro, Yewa North, Ogun State, to Alhaji Yunus Omotosho Akonde Salako, popularly known as Salam Aleikum, and Alhaja Fadilat Anike Salako. Isiaq educational journey went through United Primary School, Abeokuta Grammar School, Ogun State Polytechnic, which is now the Moshood Abiola Polytechnic, and the University of Lagos. He caught his political teeth from his secondary school days, serving as secretary, Student Representative Council in Abeograms. As an undergraduate, he was a student leader occupying various positions of authority, including president, Association of Medical Students, University of Lagos, AMSU, parliamentarian and caucus leader, University of Lagos Student Union. He was also the vice president, Nigeria Medical Student Association, NIMSA, and vice president, Federation of African Medical Students Association, just to mention a few. As a House officer, Dr. Salako served as the Publicity Secretary of the Nigeria Medical Association, Lagos State Branch. Dr. Salako is a public health physician, a health activist, politician, environmentalist, public analyst, and community mobilizer. He has worked in many institutions, including the Lagos University Teaching Hospital, Onitsha General Hospital, Ebonyi State, and the Lagos State Health Service Commission. He also sat on the board of several companies, including Classic Healthcare and Pharma Nigeria Limited, and Next Level Health and Care Limited. He is also a member of the advisory board of Quality Management Development Institute. Dr. Salako was the National Secretary of Yewa Awori Youth Agenda Forum, Chairman, Gateway Agenda, Pioneer President, Majo Noble Club of Ayetoro, Pioneer President, Abeokuta Grammar School Old Boys Association Club, Founder and President of OWL Foundation, an NGO dedicated to health promotion, disease prevention, and control. He is the Secretary, Ayetoro Yewa Central Initiative for Development, and holds the chieftaincy title of Debi Odero Ayetoro. He was a commissioner in Ogun State, serving in 3 strategic ministries of agriculture, housing, and health. He was a gubernatorial aspirant in Ogun State and also served as chairman Ogun State Hospitals Management Board between 2020 and 2023. He was appointed by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, in August 2023 as the Minister of State for Environment, becoming the first minister from Ogun West Senatorial District since the inception of the current democratic dispensation in 1999. As the Minister of State for Environment, Dr. Salako identified biodiversity, nature-based solutions, environmental health, pollution control, and environmental awareness as his area of focus, made his mark in those areas domestically and internationally. He was the chair of Ministerial Alliance for Ambition on Nature Finance, an alliance launched at COP28 in Dubai, with a current membership of 12 and a member of the steering committee of the High Ambition Coalition for Nature and People, a global intergovernmental group of more than 115 countries. Dr. Salako is a national champion for climate change and health. He was redeployed to the Ministry of Health and Social Welfare as Minister of State in October 2024 by the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, where he is prioritizing and promoting disease prevention, phytomedicine development, digital health, quality care, and patient safety, renewable sustainable electrification for healthcare and medical interventions for the less privileged. A widely traveled man who has presented papers at many fora locally and internationally. He is a recipient of many awards, including the National Youth Service Merit Award in Old Abia State, Crystal Award of Excellence of the Veterinary Medical Association of Nigeria, Excellent Service Award by the Lions International District 404, 2008 Best Housing Commissioner in Nigeria by Property and Environmental Writers Association of Nigeria, 2009, Top 10 Commissioner in Southwest Nigeria, award by Tribune Newspaper, 2014, Award of Excellence by Yewa Traditional Council. Of the Community Health Institute, a distinguished AGSOBA, a holder of the Environmental Biotechnology Award of the National Biotechnology Research and Development Agency, Green Icon Awardee of Unilag Green Hub, Outstanding Awardee by the Yewa People's Development Council, and Excellence Awardee by the National Association of Resident Doctors, just to mention a few. Dr. Salako is a devout Muslim. He is married to Dr. Riskat Oluremi, a public health microbiologist, and the union is blessed with 3 children. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please join me to welcome a visionary leader, a mentor to many, a beacon of excellence, Dr. Isiaq Adekunle Salako, as our guest speaker for today. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Please, let's be seated. Thank you very much. The chairman of the governing council of this very, very great institution, my brother, my friend, political associate, the chief of Ijebuland, Chief Ayotunde Olakunle Odulaja, and all members of the governing board of the institution. I know Pastor Akishonwon, Alhaji Olokun, and all the others. I want to recognize all of you. Kábíyèsí, 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 the only Kábíyèsí in the entire world who goes to market to sell a leopard. Kábíyèsí, the Ọlọ́jà Ẹkùn of Igbesa land, Ọba Abdulaziz Akinde. Kábíyèsí o. My very, very good brother, my friend, a bosom friend indeed, the rector of this very great institution, who obviously is doing a very, very good work. And when I came in and I saw the connection that he has with his students, I felt extremely proud of him. Because most of us administrators do not know, and we miss the point, that the most important element of any administrative environment are the human capital. And the most difficult people to have connection with are students. So, you can be sure that when you are connected with the students, there is no doubt about it, they are connected with all the human capital in that environment. So I congratulate you, Dr. Olusheye, for the good work you are doing. I think clearly our leader, the governor, has made a very, very good choice in making you director of this institution. The deputy rector, our acting registrar, the top management of this institution, members of the academic board, deans, HODs, and all invited guests without any exception. Great Nigerian students. And the greatest Nigerian students. And the greatest shish. Thank you. Let us give ourselves 3 gosa. First, let me apologize. I've apologized to all the leaders in-house, but I must also openly apologize. I've kept you for about 3 hours. This event is supposed to start at 10 a.m. and we are starting 3 hours behind schedule. I apologize sincerely. I only traveled from Abuja to attend this event this morning, and sometimes our air route is not totally predictable. There can be delays and so on and so forth. So please accept my apologies. But clearly, this is a very, very important assignment to me. And so when the rector told me that the student body and the organizing committee wanted me to be the guest lecturer for this event, I did not hesitate before I accepted, for 2 reasons. One, because the rector is my very, very good friend. There's nothing he will ask me if it's within my capacity that I will not do. But more importantly, because Ogitech is our own. It belongs to us. And I know that all of you, myself, Dr. Olusheye, the registrar, the chairman, we were once like you. Some of us even walked barefooted to school for several years. And today, God has helped us to be what we are. So, I saw it as a very, very important assignment to come here today, first to tell you that you can be anything that you want to be. There's nothing that is impossible for you to become. You can become the president of Nigeria. You can be a minister, commissioner, governor, central bank governor, anything for that matter. Once you put your mind at it and you work very hard towards it. So I want to challenge all of you today. As you are going to exit this event, write it down. I am going to become so. Write it down, what you want to become. Write it in your book. So that every day you look at it. I have promised myself that I want to become the president of Nigeria. And then you start working towards it. I assure you, once you are determined, once you work towards it, you will become it. So that is the first, most important reason why I had to prioritize this assignment above any other to be here today. Of course, this institution, since it was established in 2005, has been a beacon of innovation, excellence, and information technology advancement for subnational and national development. This institute has produced graduates who are skilled in technical abilities, strong in character, and contributing their quota to the development of our country. I am particularly proud that I was a member of the State Executive Council who nurtured the formative years of this institute. It is therefore a honor for me to stand before you to share my thoughts on this well-crafted and seasonally appropriate lecture titled Youth Health, Productivity, and National Development. First, let me commend the rector of the Institute, Dr. Abiodun Olusheye, PhD, the top management and the leadership of the student body for the vision in initiating this tradition of annual academic lecture a year ago, which is to serve as a platform for stimulating intellectual discourse to shape students' all-round development. I commend the foresight in choosing this year's topic, which demonstrates an understanding of the woven connection between map power, which is dominated by the young ones, vibrancy, which talks about health, output, which is productivity, and outcome, national development. I want to sincerely thank you for inviting me as I look to share this auspicious moment with you all to forge an agenda that will support our life journeys and enhance the growth and development of Ogun State and our dear country, Nigeria. Let me say that when you were singing the national anthem, one of the things that came to me is that when I saw the passion, the enthusiasm, even though the DJ was playing the national anthem, all of you were still singing with patriotism, with enthusiasm, with passion. It shows to me that this country has in the youth that are ready, very prepared to take up the leadership of this country. As we know, youth typically falls under the age bracket 18 to 35 years. And our country is blessed with a predominantly youthful population. So if you look at Nigeria today, more than 60% are under 35. This unique demography portrays both potency and peril. What I'm saying is that, yes, we have a very young population. That young population can become something that is useful. It can also become something that becomes a challenge. It depends on how we manage it. According to the National Bureau of Statistics, in 2023, our population is over 223 million, making Nigeria the most populous country in Africa and the sixth most populous in the entire world. And if we continue on the trajectory of growth, it is estimated that Nigeria's population will be 400 million by 2050 and will become the third most populous country in the entire world. Most significantly, like I said, 60% of this population is under the age of 25, and almost 45% out of the 60% are 15 years and below. The UNFPA also corroborates this fact, and Nigeria has been described as having what is called the youth bulge of the pyramid. That is a youthful structure that shows a very high proportion of young people. This demographic dividend could be a once in a generation opportunity for explosive economic growth driven by large, energetic, vibrant, innovative, and productive workforce. But like I said, if neglected, if not fully and productively engaged, this same demography could become a source of instability and social unrest. An uneducated, unhealthy, disempowered youth is not an asset, but a ticking time bomb from unemployment, frustration, and inappropriate deployment of the youthful energies. The same demographic bulge that can propel us to prosperity can, if mismanaged, exacerbate poverty, producing instability, political tension, and social unrest. The bridge between these youthful population potentials and the actuals that we will get is built on three pillars of health, education, and empowerment, with health being the most cross-cutting enabler. Like they say, health is the foundation of happiness and of productivity. Productivity and health are impossible to separate. They are in fact intertwined like rapigous conjoined twins, destined to survive or perish together. An unhealthy man cannot produce. And when productivity is absent in a man's life, the health will eventually be lost. What I'm saying here is that once you are ill, once you are sick, once you are unhealthy, you cannot produce anything. If you're a farmer, you can't go to the farm. If you're a student, you can't come to school. If you're a teacher, you can't go to the classroom. The other side of it is that if you cannot produce, it will also affect your health. First, mentally. If you are totally dependent, you cannot produce anything. It's a mental torture. But you can also not meet your needs. You cannot feed. You cannot rent a house. You cannot get good clothing. So you see that health and productivity are conjoined twins. They are interlinked, and we cannot separate them. So Nigerian young people are confronted with a complex and evolving health landscape that threatens to derail their potentials. And these are not only for public health significance, but indeed a direct impediment of productivity. One of the most challenging and less visible health issues of young people is centered around their sexual and reproductive health. Most of you, as young people, you are just entering either puberty, you are just becoming matured sexually. And the sexual energy, sexual drive, if not properly curtailed, properly managed, can become a source of challenge to you. And so, you will see that recent data, for example, in Nigeria, has revealed only 43% of our adolescent girls, 15 to 19 years, have comprehensive knowledge of HIV prevention, while HIV testing to know their status is well below 10%. So let me do a test. How many of you know your HIV status here? Students. If you know your HIV status as a student, raise up your hands. Okay. If you know your genotype as a student, raise up your hands. Okay, so thank you very much. Please put your hands down. So you see, if you do not know this information and you engage in some behavior, risky sexual behaviors, you not only put your own life at risk, you also put the life of people you engage in such behaviors at risk. The implication of this on your health is risk of transmission of diseases. There is associated medical complications, and it can impact productivity. Pool data from 2023, or from 2003, 2008, 13 NDA shows that the median age, and I want us to know this for us parents, the median age for first sexual intercourse in Nigeria is 16 years. So, if the median age for first sexual intercourse is 16 years, and we say only 10% of our children 15 to 19 years know their HIV status, you can see the implications of that. 35 and 81% of Nigerian female and male youths have multiple multiple sexual partners. And with more than 50% of them failing to use condom at their first or their last sexual intercourse. These unsafe sexual practices can lead to severe health consequences, physical and psychological, with adverse effects directly or indirectly on productivity. Maternal mortality ratio among adolescents also remains alarmingly high, with girls under 20 accounting for nearly 20% of maternal deaths. Other indices, such as access to reproductive health services, products, and commodities, are also unacceptably low. I'm going to abridge as much as possible because of time. The rate of unplanned pregnancies and unsafe abortion among young people also remains high, driven by factors like ignorance, economic hardship, poor access to contraceptive commodities, and stigma. Teenage pregnancy are frequently seen in some states of the Federation, and they continue to be responsible for truncated economic, social, and educational prospects of young girls. So we've talked about that. Just as the body can be sick, the mind also suffers significant ill health under social, financial, and environmental, economic, and political pressures. So you find out that mental health conditions are rising among our young people. The World Health Organization in 2023 estimated that 1 in 7 adolescents globally experiences a mental health disorder, and Nigeria is no exception. Less than 10% of those affected by this silent epidemic receive treatment due to stigma and lack of access. The prevalence of depression and anxiety in Nigeria is also significant, with the youth being particularly vulnerable. And this is where I am particularly concerned. Substance abuse, use of drugs, use of stimulants, use of all kinds of drugs. Particularly, we are now even seeing in secondary school students, talk less of tertiary institution students. It's on the rise. And in 2023, the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency reports that 30% of drug users in Nigeria are between 18 and 25 years old. From use of cannabis, tramadol, codeine-based syrups, alcohol, all kinds of things. People sniff toilets. These crises lead to addiction, mental illness, crime, and a tragic loss of human capital. And this is one area that I would like to plead with all of you, students. All of you, you have a very, very, very bright future. Like I said, you can become anything that you aim to be. But you can also destroy it if you engage in drug abuse. If you use drugs, if you go and abuse drugs, because some people are doing it, you too, you want to show that you belong, and you go and join them. So I want to plead with you. One other thing that I want you to write down and write it in your book. I will not destroy. That's my ambition. The ambition that I wrote first. That one, I told you to write down your ambition. I hope all of you have written it down. So write the second thing down. That ambition that I wrote down, I will not destroy it by engaging in drug abuse. Write it down. There's also the challenge of non-communicable diseases like hypertension, diabetes, cancers, which we are now seeing in very, very young people. In 2023, a survey shows that 20% of young adults, 18 to 25, have high blood pressure. 20%, 1 in 5, of people 18 to 25 years have high blood pressure. We are now seeing rising cases of hypertension, diabetes, cancer, and obesity among young Nigerians, driven by unhealthy diet, physical inactivity, harmful use of alcohol, tobacco, and other drugs. These conditions create a lifetime of dependency and reduce productive years. As highlighted above, the nexus of connectivity and impact between health productivity and national development, that in this scenario, indeed, the health of our youth is the wealth of our nation. The WHO defines health as a complete state of physical, emotional, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or impairment. Indeed, health is the foundation of human capital. A healthy youth population is a productive youth population, and indeed, a productive youth population is the cornerstone of national development. And some of the contributions of our youth. You'll find out that youth-led SMEs constitute approximately 15 to 25% of Nigerian GDP. So if you take Nigerian GDP, our gross domestic product, youth are driving 15 to 25% of it. And youth enterprise accounts for 30 to 40% of all MSMEs in Nigeria. So if we guarantee and prioritize the health and safety of youth, we will be contributing significantly to national wealth. Nigeria will be invariably ensuring the prosperity of the nation and that of the unborn generation. Conversely, When youth health is compromised, the cost to the nation is staggering. The World Bank estimates that poor health among youth reduces Nigerian GDP growth by up to 2.5% annually due to loss of productivity, increased healthcare costs, and reduced educational attainment. Therefore, in realization of the strategic importance of youth to our national development, the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, has responded with clear and result-based policy frameworks across the range of issues that affect the youth of Nigeria. The approach to addressing the youth and national development agenda is holistic, integrating health with education, economic empowerment, and social safeguards. For the purpose of this lecture, let me just focus more on the health-related ones while making brief mention of non-health-related ones. So, first let me talk about the aggressive pursuit, the expansion and strengthening of primary health care. That is one major project, major issue that this government is driving, and we're working to ensure that by 2027, we will have approximately 18,000 primary health care, at least one per ward, revitalized and working with a focus on adolescent-friendly services. We're also scaling up universal health coverage for Nigerians, particularly youths. The government has embarked on the National Health Insurance Authority Youth Enrollment Drive, with premiums for Nigerian youths under 18 being waived and coverage for those aged 18 to 25 heavily subsidized. Specifically, there is the Tertiary Institution Social Health Insurance Program, which is being implemented by the National Health Insurance Agency to provide access to quality, affordable healthcare services through school health centers and accredited referral facilities. The goal is to achieve universal health coverage for all by 2027. The government, in collaboration with its development partners, is also implementing robust adolescent and reproductive health interventions that are designed to improve the reproductive health indices of young Nigerians through the National Agency for the Control of HIV and AIDS, pre-exposure prophylaxis, and HIV testing kits targeted at adolescent youth and young adults are being scaled up. Comprehensive combination prevention, behavioral, dream packages are key interventions designed and are being implemented in this respect. Other health interventions, directly or indirectly, benefiting Nigerian youth centers around nutrition, safe spaces intervention, prevention of gender-based violence, and holding men more accountable for women is also ongoing. These are currently being spearheaded at the national, state, and local government levels and are designed to ensure that the youth of Nigeria remain healthy, productive, and are able to contribute meaningfully to the national development agenda. In the areas of non-health-related initiatives, key interventions like school feeding program, the You-Win program, the Empower program, the Youth Investment Fund, the Back of Industry Youth Entrepreneurship Support, the National Youth Investment and Training Program, with over 500,000 enrollees, and most recently, NEL Fund, which is aimed at ensuring that no young Nigerian is denied the opportunity of tertiary education because of inability to pay. As at late October 2025, NEL Fund has disbursed over 116.4 billion to more than 624,000 students, with the total including 65.3 billion for tuition fees and 51.1 billion for living allowances. And I must